How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Runaway. Today we're diving back into Avatar. These past 4 episodes have just been straight character work. I've really been enjoying that aspect. Something I really love about this show in particular, but just in general, very good characters are for me what makes the story what it is. I think we're probably going to be diving into Toph this time around. Some of you in the comments were saying that Toph is up next, so looking forward to that. Let's roll it. So yeah, pretty sure that's talking about Toph. Fire Lord and Ozai statue. It's looking crazy.
You betrayed me! You brought this on yourself. I had no choice.
Is this some kind of act, maybe? Maybe they're doing this on purpose? Get her captured for something? I don't know for what, though. Aang can do it too. Either that or that was Toph's vision, but I think it's supposed to be Aang.
Good job, Twinkle Toes.
Toph is definitely a very unique teacher. I can see why Boomy would be like, nah, man, don't learn from me.
Madam Fussy Britches. Mud Slug.
Sokka was looking devious.
Sokka,
not much of a sneak attack.
Don't work if you yell it out loud.
Yeah. They have a lot of pent-up aggression for each other, I guess. I mean, that is continuity, though.
Very well, pupil. I believe we've had enough training for today.
When Toph was first interacting with the group, she was doing her own thing. And Katara really wasn't having that. You guys know that.
Look at all those messenger hawks. You know, I've been thinking about getting one for myself. That way, I wouldn't have to talk to anyone. I could just send them messages.
Sokka was ahead of his time.
What are we gonna get with our last silver piece?
We can get more money.
Gambling. I was about to say, is Toph a scammer? She's gonna flip some money?
This is where you seeing people are at a disadvantage. Everyone guesses wrong because the dealer moves the rock at the last minute.
She has the in.
My earthbending.
she can cheat pretty easy.
Want to play a friendly game? You don't have to see to be lucky.
I think she really is gonna flip it.
Say you toss in your friend's fine sword there, then I'll put up 20 silver pieces against it, and then...
I don't think 20 silver is worth that sword.
I'll do it for 40 silver pieces.
Still too cheap. Nice. I'm always amazed by Toph's, finesse, you know?
Huh?
I won!
Where did you guys get the money to buy all this stuff?
She scammed one of those guys.
She is a scammer. Scamming the scammers. It's fair.
I only cheated because he was cheating. I cheated a cheater. What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, this isn't something we should make a habit of doing.
I'll personally make you an Avatar promise that we won't make a habit of doing these scams.
Love the transition. Yeah, they're going full time with the scams. These people need to find some gambling that's not physical, you know? I don't think she'd win at blackjack. It's like a moose and maybe a snake of some kind. Insurance fraud. Running all the scams, jumping in front of carts. That's crazy. And a recurrence of the beard.
Scams have gone far enough. If you keep doing them, something bad is gonna happen.
Could you for once?
They're gonna get a reputation, for one, which is probably why Toph was doing what she was doing in the beginning.
We're traveling around the world, making easy money, having fun, with no parents to tell us what to do.
Ah, I see. You're acting like this because of your parent.
Oh, why wouldn't she?
You act like you hate them, but you don't. You just feel guilty.
I do hate them.
I think you miss them, but you just don't want to deal with that.
I think there's room for both. She could genuinely really dislike them and at the same time miss them because they were really all she had for her entire life when she was being sheltered and not sneaking away. Oh no, not the Earth sense.
Speaking of money, I'm off to spend some. Hockey, welcome to Team Avatar.
Can you trust it? Is it loyal?
Who's got pretty feathers?
Oh, yep, that's what I was talking about. Pretty solid likeness, too.
I found something that you're not gonna like.
Can't see it.
Of paper, but I guess you're referring to what's on the sheet of paper.
It's a wanted poster of you.
The Runaway. I love my new nickname. Is there a picture of me? Does it look good?
She does like the nicknames, you know. Blind Bandit.
Well, yeah, actually, it does look pretty good. I had this idea of making armor for Appa.
Yeah, I don't know why they're like sticking around here though. Shouldn't they be flying around?
This wanted poster is going to stay our little secret.
Sokka, tell me you didn't buy a bird?
Not just a bird, a messenger bird. Hockey, Grand, South Pole.
Yeah, it's trained to different locations.
Where have you two been? Off scamming
Getting more
again?
money.
Yes, we were.
That's crazy. I was just joking about the scamming. I didn't know it was going to be an actual, the plot of the episode.
The Runaway. Is that what you're called now?
You went through my stuff. You had no right.
I was just straightening up and I happened to stumble across it.
You're lying, Katara.
She can tell.
You're not my mom and you're not their mom. You're just a regular kid like the rest of us. So stop acting like you can tell me what to do.
Sokka, do I act motherly?
Hey,
She does, but like, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad trait. She does helicopter somewhat.
I can't be around you right now.
Well, I can't be around you.
I wonder if that has to do with the fact that, their parents weren't around for a lot of their formative years, They had to grow up very fast.
I'm gonna send a note to Katara and say it's from Toph, who wants to apologize.
She is blind. She's established. No reading and writing. She's
Your
probably gonna
friend
recognize Sokka's like handwriting or something.
I know this is from you, Sokka. Toph can't write. Ugh, you're
Yeah.
all driving.
So let me guess. You brought me out here to tell me your sister's not as annoying as I make her out to be?
Nah, she's pretty much a pain. In a way, I rely on it. When our mom died, that was the hardest time in my life. Our family was a mess.
I figured it had something to do with that fact.
Stepped up and took on so much responsibility. She helped fill the void that was left by our
I don't know
mom.
what it is about this episode, but it's just one thing after another. It's just kind of like coming up in my mind and then coming up in the episode.
I'm not sure I can remember what my mother looked like. When I try to remember my mom, Katara's is the only face I can picture.
Tara remembers her mother. She saw her in the swamp.
And kind, and she actually cares about me. You know, the real me. That's more than my own mom. Don't ever tell her I said any of this.
Hey, my lips are sealed.
These scams are out of control, and I'm done with them.
I want to pull a scam with you.
Oh, no.
What?
Okay, so
you
yeah.
want to pull a scam?
Not just any
earlier
scam. The ultimate scam.
It's probably how he started the episode off.
The plan is simple. This wanted poster says you're worth a lot of money. You metal bend yourself out of jail, and we're on our way. You brought this on yourself. I had no choice.
It felt like kind of dramatized in the beginning, which is why I figured it wasn't a real thing.
You did the right thing by turning in the Runaway.
The right thing is its own reward.
Well, I'm happy to hear you say that.
But
They don't have the money.
I still want the actual reward.
Of course, right this way.
Wait!
It's a trap!
Really? No kidding.
He wants Aang.
I can't believe I was so stupid. See, this is exactly why I'm against these scams. I knew this would happen.
But
Well,
this
it
was
your
idea.
There's always that friend in the group when you were growing up that never got in trouble for anything. And then when they did do something wrong, it was just like, boom, that's the time.
I try not to think about it, but when I left, I probably really hurt them.
Yeah. They are her parents after all.
Where do you think they might be?
Where do you think anyone is?
This guy has some coal. Just cleared the city. Like that guy from Hunger Games.
Clear the square!
I still want to know, like, what this is. I want to know if it's biological or if it's something else. Don't tell me, though. Water.
Katara? Are you okay?
She's getting her prison physique on, just like Iroh.
I'm making my own water.
Well, I guess, does it have to be physically, like, outside of the body?
You're a genius!
It would be wild if she could like drain somebody of the moisture in their body, leave them all like shriveled up like a prune. Is that his weakness? Messed it up. It's gotta be some kind of biological integration.
Combustion Man!
Good job, Sokka. Now let's get out of here before Combustion Man catches us.
Makes
See?
sense.
It fits so well!
Katara, I need your help. I want to send a letter to my parents.
I'll be happy to help.
I still wonder like how does it know where it's going? I know messenger pigeons were a thing in ravens and stuff. I think the way it was done was there was like specific ravens that would be trained to go to specific locations, and then when they needed to send a message to a specific location, they would use that raven. It goes from this location to that location and then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It might complicate it if it was, you know, just like an all-around type of messenger. Maybe a couple locations, I'm not sure. I'll look that up real quick. So yeah, it is pretty much what I was saying, being trained on a specific home location and then taking that bird to a different location, and then it'll just carry that message back to where its home is. Pigeons were used a lot more. Interesting little side note, I guess, but Toph this time around, kind of exploring into her character more. Love to see that. I'm glad that we're getting that because we didn't get too much of that in season 2. It totally makes sense to me what she's feeling right now. And I was saying during the episode that I think that there's room for two sides to her emotions here. There is an understandable dislike for her parents because of, you know, what they did to her and how they kept her sheltered. She kind of had to go out and try things on her own because of that, for reasons that could be genuinely caring, like they didn't want her to get hurt or they wanted to protect her from the world, but also potentially that they were a noble family and they didn't want to be, I don't know, somehow disgraced by having a child that had disabilities, right? So it could be either or both of those things. Either way, it had the same result and really damaged her adolescence, I guess. But this freedom, she's kind of like rocketing in the other direction. You know, she was super sheltered, and now she wants to rebel and be the exact opposite. And now I think she's kind of coming back to a center point, kind of reaching out for help, which is a piece of advancement for her character in that, thinking back to the Chase episode, where that was kind of like her first introduction to the group dynamic itself. She was just kind of like, I'm pulling my own weight. You guys do what you want. I'm going to take care of myself no matter what. I'm not going to do anything else with you guys. As long as I take care of myself, you guys don't have to worry about me. And now at the end of this episode, kind of seeing her reaching out to Katara for her help to write that letter to her parents, one, trying to heal from what the parents had did to her, but also utilizing the group to help her with something that matters to her. I was definitely thinking that it was the teacher and the wrestling guy that were setting this trap for her in this episode, but yeah, I guess Combustion Man, as we now call him, he was the one to do it, and he's, I don't know, there's not much to him. He just, like I said last time, he just kind of like boom, you know, and that's his thing. But we did see that it's a weakness for him if it gets damaged, so I'm still thinking it's some kind of like, he's like a Terminator.
A learning computer.
I think it's some kind of integration with his biology rather than just being a form of bending, if that makes sense. You know, he doesn't go through any forms. The only form that he goes through is just neck work. So, and it's no wonder Nude's neck is that size. Anyway, we have episode number 8 on the docket, so let's roll it. What is that, waning gibbous? I think it's one of the gibbuses.
Suddenly they heard something down the hall in the dark.
Campfire stories.
It came into the torchlight. And they knew.
Never gonna give you up.
This is a true Southern Water Tribe story. It happened to Mom.
Oh, are we gonna get like a background story?
Mom realized she hadn't seen her friend Nini since the storm. So Mom and some others went to check on Nini's family. She heard a voice.
It's so cold.
Mom turned and saw Nini standing by the fire. She was blue, like she was frozen. Mom ran
a White
outside for
Walker.
help. Nini's house stands empty to this day. But sometimes people see smoke coming up from the chimney, like little Nini is still trying to get warm.
Wouldn't Sokka know about Nini's house?
I hear people under the mountain, and they're screaming.
I'm getting a bit of
You're
a horror
probably just
episode here.
jumpy.
It just stopped.
Hello, children. My name is Hama. I have an inn nearby.
Yeah, I don't think Toph was lying about that. I don't know if I trust this lady.
People have been disappearing in those woods you were camping in. When the moon turns full, people walk in, and they don't come out. Why don't I show you to your rooms and you can get a good night's rest?
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the fact that they're using so many like different themes for this season.
be able to fall asleep.
Dang, off the bed.
Right. Tomorrow's the full moon.
Exactly. I can't lose another delivery boy in the woods.
I bet if we take a little walk around town, we'll find out what these people did to the environment to make the spirits mad.
I wonder if it is that way or if it's the other way around.
This is a mysterious little town you have here.
Mysterious town for mysterious children.
This is creepy.
That Hama seems a little strange. Like she knows something.
A little, yeah.
She kind of reminds me of Gran.
Like a Pied Piper situation.
She could be home any minute.
She's a puppeteer.
So she's got a hobby. There's nothing weird about that.
Oh, that's the title.
Megamind.
Could be like some creepy, like, she makes puppets out of her victims or something. I wonder if they're gonna keep it dark or if they're gonna sum it up to something that's like kind of like innocent.
Maybe there's a key here somewhere.
Oh, hand it over.
Yeah, the meteorite.
I'll tell you what's in the box. The last thing I owned from growing up in the Southern Water Tribe.
It did look like Water Tribe design.
But why didn't you tell us?
I wanted to surprise you.
I mean, Katara was kind of hinting at it when she was like, you know, she reminds me of Gran.
Who wants 5-flavor soup?
I've never met another waterbender from our tribe.
That's because the Fire Nation wiped them all out. It was over 60 years ago when the raid started.
Is that Gran? She looks like Katara. And they have the same, like, tassels, but they're not tassels, they're rupees. The last one's
We did our best to hold them off.
the ship, yeah. First episode.
I was led away in chains. The last waterbender of the Southern Water Tribe.
Well, not the last, because Katara,
Right.
but
It's too painful to talk about anymore.
for the
We
time,
lost our
yeah.
mother in a raid.
Oh, you poor things. Carry on the Southern tradition when I'm gone. You have to learn to control water wherever it exists. You can even pour water out of thin air.
Yeah, condensation. It's the clouds.
You've got to keep an open mind, Katara. There's water in places you never think about.
Dang. This lady's lethal.
You have no idea.
Wow, these flowers are beautiful.
Yeah, this
They're
is
called
amazing
fire lilies.
scenery.
They only bloom a few weeks a year.
I think they went to like Iceland or something for inspiration for the Fire Nation. The landscapes, at least.
You can take it even further.
That was incredible. It's a
Yeah.
shame about the lilies, though.
That might be what's going on.
When you're a waterbender in a strange land, you do what you must to survive.
That wasn't really for survival.
It can only be done during the full moon, when your bending is at its peak.
I mean, couldn't she rejuvenate those flowers too?
Did you get a good look at the spirit that took you?
Didn't see no spirit. I tried to fight it, but I couldn't control my own limbs. It just about had me into a cave up there. And I looked up,
That was like a puppet move.
a last glimpse of light.
Maybe.
But
Maybe
then
it is
the sun
the
started.
last waterbender controlling these people with the water inside of their bodies.
I did hear people screaming under the mountain. The missing villagers must still be there.
Yeah, the motivation is still a mystery to me. Like, why would she want to do that if it is her? Revenge? So I don't know if that's something you get over.
Feel the power the full moon brings. For generations, it has blessed waterbenders with its glow,
Dang.
allowing us to do incredible things.
Reminds me of,
I've never felt more alive.
reminds me of Night at the Museum.
We're saved!
I didn't know that spirits made prisons like this.
Maybe it is revenge.
It was a witch.
A witch? What do you mean?
She seems like a normal old woman.
Is doing, what was done to her.
Like some dark puppet master.
Hama!
Yes,
I was just thinking about this last episode.
I knew there was something creepy about her!
With that sweat aspect that Katara used.
What I'm about to show you, I discovered in that wretched Fire Nation prison. The guards were always careful to keep any water away from us. They would bind our hands and feet so we couldn't bend. Any sign of trouble was meant.
Like blood, I guess. Hydrogen in the blood.
I realized that where there is life, there is water. Nothing more than skins filled with liquid. Blood bending.
Okay.
Controlling
Nice.
the water in another
Yeah,
body.
I felt that was what it was gonna be.
Once I had mastered the rats, I was ready for the men.
That is crazy. An awesome power, but it is very scary.
To reach inside someone and control them? I don't know if I want that kind of power.
It might be a useful skill.
The power exists. And it's your duty to use the gifts you've been given to win this war.
Or at least to learn them. She may need them at some point. And that's probably why they highlighted her veins when she was doing that.
They threw me in prison to rot, along with my brothers and sisters.
Figured
They
that was the
deserve
case.
the same.
Yeah, it's not
You
something
must
you get over,
carry
I
on
guess.
my work.
I won't!
You should have learned the technique before you turned against me.
Yeah.
It's impossible to fight your way out of my grip.
Even the way she does it is so like manipulative. I wonder what the martial art is, or if it's a variation. But she is far gone. Like this Katara's from the Southern Water Tribe. And she's doing this to her.
You're not the only one who draws power from the moon. My bending is more powerful than yours, Hama. Your technique is useless on me.
That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like, I get Katara is extremely naturally gifted. But Hama, probably like a play on hemo, you know, blood. But how long has she been a bender? 60 plus years? So, I don't know.
You're outnumbered.
No. You've outnumbered yourself.
But I guess even when Katara wasn't a master, she still stood out to Paku. And did something.
That's like my brain has a mind of its own! Stop it, Arm! Stop it!
She could easily cause an aneurysm. I wonder if she can cause other people to bend. I guess she can't really control their breathing. This brings up so many questions of like... brain control? Or muscle control. I guess muscle control is what she does. She learned from observation.
You're going to be locked away forever.
My work is done.
That's sad.
Congratulations, Katara. You're a bloodbender.
They're gonna lock her away, but she still might be able to bend the blood. Well, that was a rough one and a weird one, a creepy one. It was a lot of things. I don't think it's that bad. I get the manipulation aspect and why Katara might be against that, or is against that. I think she needs to know as much as she can know. If she hadn't have been sweating, if it hadn't have been hot in that cell, she never would have known to use her sweat to bend and get out of there. And there could be a circumstance where blood bending could save her life or save Aang's life or anybody else, you know, like that. It might even be able to be useful for healing purposes too. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm necessarily with Katara on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I might be just kind of like not looking at the whole of it. But to me, it's just it seems like a useful thing to know, and it could be something to be used for good. The lady was definitely driven, I guess, by that hatred, that revenge. It stewed in her, I guess, and just like knowing that, it makes perfect sense why she would be the way that she is, because knowing that fact for your entire life and then living among not necessarily the people that did it to you, but the people with the same allegiances, acting like you're one of them, one of the people that got you to where you are, but you can't really think like that. You know, it's all individual basis. These people aren't the people that did this to her, and she's just taking out the frustration that she had on those people, the innocent people. Definitely a hard situation. I understand why she did what she did. It's hard to see. It's very sad to see, but we did get some more background on the Southern Water Tribe. What happened with the ship, the battle that happened there. And I think that was Gran. She had the hair, and I think that was the kind of unifying aspect. But they really made this lady out to be kind of a villain. And for a younger audience, it would be easy to just be like, okay, this lady's evil. But for a more mature audience, just like the beach episode, as silly as it was and as dramatic as it was, it did serve to humanize our villains quite a bit. And they do that so well in this show, I think. They didn't do it with Zhao. The more background you get on Zhao, the more you're just like, man, this guy was just a straight evil villain. But they've done it now with Azula. They haven't really done it with the Fire Lord because we haven't gotten too much on him. Just that he has been a backstabber, very conniving, very manipulative. The only humanization factor that we have got is the fact that he looks like a normal guy, but I mean, what does that really do for the character? I don't know. Somebody was saying in the comments something similar to this, but anybody can be capable of great evil. Even somebody that just looks like a normal person could be capable of horrendous acts like he is. And I think that's what serves to make the show what it is. Make you root for the villains as much as you do for the heroes, sometimes maybe even more, at least in my case. It did bring to mind a lot of questions though. Bloodbending is like, is it brain control or is it muscle control? I think it's more muscle control. Brain is a muscle, but not necessarily the type that if she did manipulate the blood in the brain, it would just be more like giving them an aneurysm rather than controlling the way that they think. So she could take them through forms, but something like firebending, which is about breath control and the forms, I think it would be a little bit more difficult to control the bending of those people. And of course, I don't have the full perspective on bending. You know, I don't know every single little detail of what it is, but I think I might have the right idea about it. Let me know what you guys think. You guys obviously know more than me about this, but no spoilers, of course, because like the more spoilers in the comments, the less I'm going to be able to read the comments for the videos, and I enjoy reading the comments. So speaking of which, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.